Brother, let me start with something uncomfortable, but necessary. If a woman cheats on you and suddenly becomes more affectionate, more intimate, or more eager afterward, that is not love awakening. That is psychology activating. And if you don't understand what's really happening in that moment, you will mistake guilt for desire, fear for passion, and manipulation for reconciliation. Many men experience this and get confused. They say things like, "She cheated, but now she's closer than ever. She hurt me, but now she's trying harder. Maybe it was a mistake. She seems different now." Brother, that confusion is exactly where men lose power, self-respect, and clarity. Today, I, Coach RDM, am breaking down why some women want to sleep with you immediately after cheating, what it actually means psychologically, and how high-value men respond without emotion, desperation, or self-betrayal. Stay with me till the end, because the final section explains why this moment determines whether you regain control or lose yourself completely. If this topic already feels uncomfortably familiar, pause for 1 second and hit the like button. That tells the algorithm and yourself that you're ready to see the truth. Let's begin. First, understand this clearly. Not every woman who cheats behaves the same way, but many women follow the same psychological patterns after betrayal. Cheating doesn't just affect the relationship, it disrupts her internal balance. And when that balance is disrupted, behavior changes fast. The sudden intimacy you notice after cheating is rarely accidental. It serves a purpose. Let's break it down. 1. Guilt does not create love, it creates urgency. When a woman cheats, the first emotion she experiences afterward is not relief, it's guilt. But here's what most men misunderstand. Guilt is not about you. Guilt is about her self-image. She now has to reconcile two versions of herself, the woman who sees herself as good and the woman who betrayed someone's trust. That internal conflict creates anxiety, and anxiety seeks release. One of the fastest ways she tries to relieve that guilt is by reconnecting physically with the man she betrayed. Why? Because intimacy gives her the illusion that things are okay, that she's not a bad person, that the relationship still exists, and that she didn't really break anything. Brother, this is not desire. This is emotional damage control avoiding accountability. She's not moving toward you, she's running away from guilt. If you're learning something real here, subscribe now. This channel exists to protect men from confusing emotional signals that cost them years of their life. Point 2. She's trying to reclaim control of the narrative. After cheating, a woman loses something important: leverage. She knows if you find out fully, you may leave. If you emotionally detach, she loses security. If you pull away, she loses power. So what does she do? She shifts the dynamic. Sudden affection, sudden closeness, sudden effort. Why? Because intimacy confuses boundaries. It makes you hesitate. It makes you doubt your instincts. It makes you think she wouldn't be this close if she didn't care. That's the goal. By initiating intimacy, she regains emotional influence, physical access, and psychological control. And now, instead of you evaluating her actions, you're reacting to her behavior. Brother, anytime a woman shifts intimacy after wrongdoing, ask yourself, is this repair or is this repositioning? High-value men always ask that question. Point 3. Fear of loss makes her overcompensate. Cheating doesn't mean she wants to lose you. In many cases, it means she wants more without losing what she already has. After cheating, reality hits. You might leave. You might stop investing. You might emotionally shut down. That fear triggers overcompensation. She suddenly becomes more attentive, more agreeable, and more affectionate, not because she's changed, but because she's afraid. Fear-based behavior is unstable. Once she feels secure again, once she believes she hasn't lost you, the behavior fades. And many men only realize this after forgiving too quickly. Point 4. She's displacing emotional conflict. Here's something men rarely hear explained properly. After cheating, she's carrying internal conflict, emotional tension, unresolved guilt, and fear of exposure. That emotional pressure has to go somewhere. Instead of facing accountability, many women redirect that emotional energy into physical closeness. Physical intimacy becomes a distraction. It helps her avoid talking about what happened, answering difficult questions, and sitting with consequences. That's why she may want closeness before conversations, before clarity, and before healing. Brother, healing comes from truth, not touch. If intimacy arrives before accountability, something is wrong. Point 5. She's attempting to reset the power dynamic. This is the most dangerous part, and the one that costs men the most. Cheating shifts power away from her. She knows it. By initiating intimacy afterward, she attempts to reestablish dominance, regain emotional access, and reduce your authority to question her. Because once you reconnect physically, it becomes harder for you to set boundaries, enforce consequences, and walk away cleanly. You start thinking emotionally again instead of strategically. Brother, physical closeness before resolution weakens your negotiating position. High-value men understand this instinctively. The biggest mistake men make in this moment. Most men think, she's trying, that means she cares. No. Effort without accountability is manipulation. Desire without transparency is distraction. Intimacy without truth is control. The moment after cheating is a psychological crossroads. What you do there determines whether she respects you, whether she changes, or whether you lose yourself trying to fix her guilt. What a high-value man does instead. A high-value man does not react emotionally. He does not punish. He does not beg. He does not rush reconciliation. He observes. He separates words from behavior, desire from responsibility, and guilt from growth. He understands this truth. A woman who truly wants to repair damage welcomes accountability. She doesn't rush intimacy to avoid it. He sets calm boundaries. He slows the pace. He demands clarity before closeness. And if she resists that, he already has his answer. The hard truth most men don't want to hear. If a woman cheats and immediately wants closeness, ask yourself, is she choosing you or securing herself? Because real remorse looks like transparency, patience, consistent effort over time, and acceptance of consequences. Not urgency, not pressure, not emotional confusion. Brother, peace requires truth, not comfort. Listen closely. This isn't about hating women. This isn't about fear. This isn't about control. This is about self-respect. The wrong woman can drain your confidence, cloud your judgment, and keep you emotionally trapped. The right woman doesn't cheat, and if she ever fails, she owns it fully, without manipulation. If this message resonated, it's because part of you already knew the truth. Now you have the language. Now you have the clarity. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with a man who's confusing guilt-driven behavior for love. This is Coach RDM, and this channel exists to protect men from confusion, manipulation, and wasted years. Because the right woman doesn't need to rush closeness after betrayal. She protects the bond before it breaks. Red flag.